Three, two, one. Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning. Welcome to your inner city wake-up call, coming to you out of the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina. We come at you 365 days a year. I'm your host, Dawood Al-Amin. Good morning. It's Freedom Friday. We call this Freedom Friday for you all that are Muslims. This is our Juma Friday, Juma Mubarak. Call it freedom because some of y'all don't have to work the weekend. You got time to do some things. We call it freedom because we keep running. We call it freedom because we're in a certain destination to get free. And a lot of us think we are free. We still got some ways to go to get there. So we call it Freedom Friday, that we may make that journey together. I'm your host, Dawood Al-Amin. Don't know where I'm going this morning. Let me say first, press 1 if you want to talk to the host this morning. The subject matter that I text this morning that I put out, it says Freedom Fridays, and I put the cap phrase on it, freedom to do what? And so I got a lot of things that's in my head. You might help me out. So if you want to talk, press 1. You might help me get through this subject this morning, because I saw a video last night. And I don't know if you've seen it circulating on there. It was out of Tennessee. And I saw the video of the young men and women who attacked the police officer. And I saw the police officers in Tennessee have beefed up the patrol and security because of the attack. I don't know if you've seen it. You can catch it on my covers. You always can catch it on No Covers page. Usually time that information we do put out ahead of time. And I will put it out again with this show. And when I saw it, I said, my God, we are headed to what I thought we were going to head to. I put that in conjunction. You have to understand it's been a long week. Number one, I've had some high blood pressure issues this week. I'll talk about a little later. However, I put that in conjunction with the motorcycle riders last weekend, and I had an in-depth conversation with the motorcycle riders last weekend. And we tried to come to a understanding of rights and non-rights. Right to do what, right not to do what. And I had to support them because I understand. I had to agree with the science. I had to agree with the facts. Didn't have to agree with that was necessarily the best way I would do things. So now a lot of us are excited sometimes because we have a generation of rebels. Somewhat. We have a generation out here that will rebel, that are not going to accept the status quo. That it's time to rebel, that it's time to fight. I'm with that. Okay, let me make it clear. I'm not against that. Don't think that will turn into this softy. I've been fighting for causes since I was 23. I've been doing this since 1988. I first started fighting for cause. I done marched, I done picket, I done got sent to jail. I done did all that. So I'm with the fighting. But I'm with having a strategic plan when we fight. I'm not with doing anything stupidly. I've done that before, and I've done that for you. So it's no use you going down the same non-productive road. I don't want to see our young people go down the same non-productive road that we went down. So I asked the question, freedom to do what? Is freedom... God has blessed me so much. Sometimes you take a turn in your life that you don't know why. But in doing nails, I didn't know where I was going. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew it was a challenge for me. But it has opened up another avenue that I wouldn't have been down had I not went down that road. You have to understand, most people that do nails are women. Most women that get their nails done got money. And most women that get their nails done and have money have very little kind of what, let's say, respect for black men sometimes, because they get nails and they got their own money, and most of the time they're working. So their conversation that I'm getting now comes from a different perspective. So it helps me understand some of the issues that we face, and helps me understand some of the children that are being raised and what kind of mindset they are being raised with. It also puts me in the position to watch a younger generation of students. The first time I've been back in the classroom for a while, so I'm in the classroom and on the floor with young students. Young students that are going to school, not young students that are out on the street, young students that are going to school. So it gives me another perspective of what they're thinking, the ones that are going to school. So I asked the question again, Freedom Fridays, freedom to do what? And I say press 1 if you like to talk to the host. Freedom to do what? Freedom, yes, we have freedom, but what is it to do? Or what are you planning? What are you doing with the freedom that you have? Because if you're sitting here telling me that I'm going to use my freedom to rebel, okay, fine. If you're going to sit there and tell me that I'm going to use my freedom to march, okay, fine. I'm going to use my freedom to upset the government, to overthrow, fine. But when, what are you going to do? What's your game plan after you've done all that? Tennessee, I hear you. You're upset. So after you beat up the cops and run them out your neighborhood, who that were, from my understanding now, let me make it clear because I like to be true on both sides of the aisle. The cops were in the neighborhood breaking up a fight between two black women. They were trying to break up the fight, and in breaking up the fight, they kicked. Really? Is this the freedom that we black hands up? Is this what we say? Hands up, don't shoot. This the freedom we marching for? Freedom to organize and have our mindset in an array of anger. That now when we see someone in a police uniform, that we have no discrepancy. It's all in all, and so we just going to attack no young people and adults that talk to young people. No, your freedom. We hold these truths. I wrote this morning. We hold these truths self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Unalienable. He said unalienable right, that among these are the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Now here is where America makes this mistake at. And yes, I understand, Brother Sam, when you say chicken home, coming home to roost. I understand that clearly. Because here's where America made their mistakes up. America wrote that and then turned their back on that because it tried to play God. That's where it's made, and it's paying for it now. But that now doesn't give us the right to make the same foolish mistake. Where God, it's His Friday for me as June. I'm sorry. You know what? From now on, it is Friday for me every day. Where does God factor into the process of freedom? Where does God factor? Where does my moral radar kick in? Where does my right of the next human being kick in? A man comes in my neighborhood to help, discuss. So I see him. I'm not gonna send him home to his family, children. Where does my conscience kick in? Or do we have one anymore? We have to continue to maintain a level of moral fiber, else we become the enemy who we say we despise. If we don't continue to maintain a level of decency, of respect among ourselves as human beings, especially us as black people, but as human beings, then what we do is become the devil that we say we despise. So it's Freedom Friday. What are you planning this weekend? Are you planning for your freedom? What are you doing extra with the time you have? What are you studying? What are you learning? What are you participating in? Or are you just going through the mundane life of day-to-day ritual? Nothings. You go work all week long, you come home and you go the weekend and you just stretch out and lay out. And you go right back to the same old grind the next week. So your children are seeing this and they're saying, I'm going to do this another way. Because your way evidently doesn't seem to be working because it's not getting us out of the condition that we're in. It can, though, if you put the extra time to get yourself out of the condition that you're in. It will work. The extra hard work. I'm sitting here in class with folks that are the same age I am because they're trying to find additional income or trying to find another way. It will work if you put the time and effort into and you have a game plan written down. This willy-nilly, every other week, I got a new game plan. Oh, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this week. But you got a donut in your mouth. Right. Oh, I'm going to start exercising this week. But you didn't skip past the gym or I got, you didn't walk around the block. I'm not even talking about walking around the track field. You didn't walk around the block, but you're going to lose weight, right? I'm going to make $1 million, but I don't have a game plan on how I'm going to make. So you get frustrated. And then what we start looking for, as usual, we play the blame game. We play the game of looking to somebody else to solve our problem when we can solve our own problem. It's Freedom Friday. And I'm talking to you about freedom because I want you to feel what I'm feeling. I want you to feel I'm free. I'm sorry. No more. No more slavery for me. God has come into my life and woke me up and showed me a proper game plan to get free. I told a brother the other day, I'm so happy to be home. Yes, I'm going to the mosque in about 3 hours. I'm so happy to be back where my God consciousness is. I'm so happy to be back under his umbrella. If you try to do this, try to get, y'all see my post that say keep running. When they were running, they saw a northern star, but in their mentality, you have to understand the slaves had a very unique spiritual culture. They looked to the North Star not because they knew there was a direction. They were looking to the North Star because they knew they was looking to God. They was asking God to get them through them swamps. They was asking God to get them to direct their trajectory on the right path. They was asking God to send somebody along the way to give me an extra ride, to give me a lift. They was praying to God late at night, ask him to see me through. You try to get free without taking him with you. You'll be like me standing on a corner somewhere, sitting in a chair somewhere, losing your mind and not know you losing it. Yeah, that's what I was. Losing my mind and did not know I was losing it because I thought I was trying to be free. But I wasn't taking God with me. So young people, I'm not trying to preach to you this morning. I know some of y'all going to get this video. Get back to your moral base. Young people, understand we as blacks have a moral fiber in us. Young people. And old people too, because they getting it from somewhere. I'm sorry, young people, I forgot. Old people too. We got to get back to our moral condition, our moral fiber. We got to get back. As my imam says, we got to get back to excellence. Excellence. That's why I post the history facts every morning. Excellence. When you see the Black History Facts, I post them. Excellence. That's what we were about. With everything we had. If we were garbage, as Martin Luther King said, if you're going to deliver garbage, if you're going to pick garbage up, pick the garbage up with excellence. Yeah, that means when you pick the garbage can up, when you put the can back, don't leave it laying on the ground. Do it with excellence. Don't make me call downtown on you and say, hey, you knocked the garbage can over and I had to pick it up. Do your job with excellence. That's all he means. Whatever it is, do it with a sense of excellence. Do it with a sense of morality. Do it with a sense of God consciousness. And I guarantee you, you will feel like I'm feeling right now, free on Friday. This is your brother. This is your host. I love you all. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace and blessings. Always, the views and thoughts of this show is from your host, Dawood Elamine, and Dawood Elamine only. No organization, only no covers. Peace and blessings.